why not include members of the Biden transition team as part of this summit that you're hosting today?
Well, we're going to have to see who the next administration is, because we won in those swing states, and there was terrible things that went on. So we're going to have to see who the next administration is. But whichever the next administration is will really benefit by what we've been able to do with this incredible science, the doctors, all of the people that came up, the lab technicians. The work that's been done is incredible, and it will be incredible for the next administration. And hopefully the next administration will be the Trump administration, because you can't steal hundreds of thousands of votes.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. Welcome to day 1419. The FDA says Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine meets the prescribed success criteria for emergency authorization in a clinical study, saying the shot showed a favorable safety profile with, quote, no specific safety concerns, end quote. The FDA noted that the 2-dose vaccine reduced the risk of getting COVID-19 by about half after the first injection. The vaccine was found to be 95% effective after the second dose 3 weeks later. The vaccine has several tolerable short-term side effects, including sore arms, fatigue, headaches, muscle pain, and chills that typically resolved within 1 to 2 days. The FDA will meet on Thursday to discuss the data and make recommendations in advance of a vote on whether to recommend authorization of the Pfizer vaccine. In July, the Trump administration declined multiple offers from Pfizer to secure an additional 100 million to 500 million doses of its coronavirus vaccine. Pfizer offered the Trump administration the option to purchase additional doses as part of a $1.95 billion deal for an initial 100 million doses. The Trump administration turned down the offer. The Pfizer vaccine requires a 2-dose treatment, meaning that 100 million doses is enough to vaccinate 50 million Americans. On November 11th, the European Union finalized a supply deal with Pfizer for 200 million doses. Today, Trump issued a symbolic executive order that prioritizes the shipment of the coronavirus vaccine to Americans before other nations. Moncef Slaoui, the chief scientist of the Trump administration's Operation Warp Speed, however, was unable to explain how the executive order would be enforced, saying, quote, frankly, I don't know, and frankly, I'm staying out of this. I can't comment. I literally don't know, end quote. Joe Biden, meanwhile, pledged to distribute 100 million shots in the first 100 days of his presidency. The pledge to administer 100 million vaccinations aligns with the vaccine supplies that have already been secured. Biden also called on Americans to wear masks in public for those 100 days to slow the spread of the virus. He said he would sign an executive order on the day he is sworn into office that requires Americans to wear masks on buses and trains crossing state lines, and also promised to prioritize reopening the, quote, majority of our schools, end quote, within that same time frame. Trump's attorney Jenna Ellis, meanwhile, tested positive for the coronavirus after attending a senior staff Christmas party last week. Ellis reportedly did not wear a mask during the party, which included top administration officials. Ellis and Rudy Giuliani, who tested positive on Sunday, have been leading the Trump campaign's legal efforts to dispute the results of the 2020 presidential election. And finally, the Supreme Court rejected a last-minute attempt by Trump's allies to overturn Joe Biden's victory in Pennsylvania. The justices, in a one-sentence order, turned down the emergency request from Representative Mike Kelly and 2 other House candidates to decertify the results, who argued that the 2019 law authorizing universal mail-in voting was unconstitutional and that all ballots cast by mail, totaling more than 2.5 million, should be thrown out. Biden won Pennsylvania by a more than 80,000 vote margin. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.